from the guys that brought you Butt Go 6 and 14.
Keep talking, Kimberly.
Ba. That's my thing.
Darn Ferkin drinking geese.
I don't know what that means, but I
Must
like
be
it.
French.
I am everything. I am the Alpha and Omega, the A to Z on the fucking internet. No. Cute doesn't belong on the internet. I belong on the internet.
Kim's scary.
I know. Scary. Shut the fuck up, Thomas.
Whoa. Oh, hi, Mark.
It's Hanging from the Balcony with Sir Jared, the Professor, Nathan Betts, Miss Professor, and Thomas the Doubter.
Oh, I know what's going on here. There we go.
There we go.
Turn it up a little.
And record.
And welcome back, everyone, to Hanging from the Balcony. It is the show where we talk about movies, and more movies, and I am not your normal host. I'm just the fill-in for the week. I'm usually just the techie guy in the background making all the buttons work properly, so this is always a challenge to do all that and introduce and run the show officially, but I am Nathan Betts. You can find me on the Twitter at Nathan L. Betts. We have Thomas the Doubter over that way. Yeah. We've got Lewis the Professor right there.
Hello.
And not even her full name because it wouldn't fit. Just Miss Professor over there. Kimberly is here. And we miss you, Jared. We're sorry that it's Valentine's week this week and you're getting ass raped in the work hours department. So sorry about that.
Yeah, that Ouch. He didn't want to watch or talk about the movie he chose.
Yeah.
His own homework drove him out. Yeah.
There's that's what you can't see from over there, Kimberly.
Oh, my name's too big.
Your name's too long, so I just put Miss Professor. So we are going to get into it and let you know that all of us got really effing busy this time around and haven't made it to the movie theater to talk about new stuff, but we will talk about new stuff soon. However, we have some stuff to talk about as far as Netflix viewing and viewing on other devices. So, Thomas, did you get a chance to watch anything?
Nothing new. I have a friend who's interested in all the Ghibli films, so we watched some of those. Come on.
I'm kidding.
No. Sherlock, new episodes of Sherlock have kept my attention.
Oh,
nice.
Oh my god, they're so good.
Yep.
Amazing.
What did you see though?
I saw Spirited Away, and I'm sure almost everyone in this room has seen it.
Except for me.
Yeah.
You haven't seen it?
I will watch it as soon as I start doing discs via Netflix in the next couple weeks.
Thomas, was this your first time to see Spirited Away?
No. This is the first time my friend saw it, though.
Oh, okay.
And it's kind of fun to, see what people think, because it is so kind of out of the ordinary, because the stories that they tell, they're kind of like fairy tales. They're not your typical Disney formula.
No. Yeah,
so,
exactly.
You have dark elements.
Yeah.
You don't know. You can't predict what's going to happen.
No.
It's impossible. Literally, it's... And then just
I
all the characters.
always said that American kids need to watch Spirited Away, like at age 5 or 6, because I think American stories have kind of a pattern to them, and seeing something as outrageous and weird as Spirited Away, I think is probably really healthy and good for kids.
Yeah, and although I will admit, I'll hand it to the big, studios like Disney and stuff, that they've kind of been deviating from, like with the recent Frozen. You got, the princess who doesn't need a prince.
Yeah.
I mean, Brave is kind of the same
What?
way. So
A woman doesn't need a man to define her?
Yeah, I know, right?
Well, really weird.
You are defined
that's
by
all
me.
I've ever done.
nonetheless,
I am Miss Professor. My life is over.
But but for the most part, I'm sure they're still pretty predictable. Whereas these films, you never know what you're gonna see.
Yeah.
Like, it's incredible, and the animation, of course, it's like
It's beautiful.
Yeah, you can't.
Yeah.
I've yet to see something as beautiful,
Like,
in
even
regards to the animation.
Even something like this, like you can tell she's in the backseat of a car, but even something like this, there's just like all this extra detail that's just really pretty to look at.
That's what it's all about. And you'll have scenes where there's like,
look at that,
50
right?
Interesting looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll have like 50 things on the screen happening at
tit
once.
face.
Yeah, no, that's a
Flag.
radish. It's the radish spirit.
Oh. Well, the radish spirit
But
has
see,
huge
just
tits on its face.
we don't have radish spirits.
Nope. It's
You
it's
know?
fun. It's just and not only that, but they mix culture stuff, so it's not like just Asian culture that you're talking about. It's they just kind of almost mix everything up. I mean, you know, some of these images. I mean, each scene, I could just be like, oh, that part.
This is a huge ass baby. Oh my god!
It's a scary baby.
Does he
too.
eat that mouse? Because I think he's eating everything else that was in the room.
No, and you know, and I was talking about the dark elements, and it's actually kind of scary at first. You see,
They're
see
so
like,
cute.
Are these those things that the little?
My neighbor Totoro. It's got the little suit spirits.
Yeah.
Sprites.
Spirits, yeah.
Suit sprites. You see,
Yeah.
they run around in the dust.
with the coal. They carry the coal to the burners.
Okay.
You say soot, but they're soot. Soot. That's how you pronounce that.
No, and you know,
Soot.
Soot.
there are adult elements. There's violence. There's dark elements, but still, like you're saying, I totally agree that. God,
Oh, I love the little
little guys. That's
Adorable.
That's what they eat. Like there's a part in the
Looks like
movie
chewed
where
gum.
the dragon is injured, like, and obviously it looks like kind of an Asian long serpent dragon. And the way, like, I just couldn't believe it. The way it was acting, as far as when an animal's panicked and injured, like it doesn't quite know what to do with itself. Like, despite the fact this is a made-up animal, it looked so legitimate. Like, I just couldn't believe it. Like, these animators they deserve all the credit that they get. I mean, these are award-winning films. So, yeah, you watch them.
You I've heard nothing but great things about this movie, especially.
One of the lead animators, directors, is retiring. There's quite a few.
I want that.
It's not real. I'm
I
sorry.
don't care. It looks awesome.
Like places like Costco and Hastings and stuff. They're selling this stuff in bulk. As far as you can buy like all the movies, and it's a steal. Like, they are amazing.
So they're at Costco right now.
Well, I'm just saying you can
When
buy
they do.
Well, no, they're right now. Yeah, everyone is talking, and I guess they have some really
Spirited Away.
They have beautiful box art. And
well, I want to actually. I was so excited for Christmas this last year. I was able to send my 2 nieces and nephew, my neighbor Totoro, and I just am gonna keep shipping them all these really great animated movies that are not, like you said, that generic kind of Disney formula and characters and expectations, so they get to experience things that are just exciting and creative and sometimes scary, because that's what you need to watch. I want to send them good stuff.
Not to mention they make their characters so strong, as far as you know, it's like they grow in a lot of their films, and it's like it's a really cool growth. It's not you know, like we're saying, formula. They don't need a man or a.
What other show do you see
a cat bus?
A cat bus.
And look at that big troll. He looks like a giant, I don't know.
Why is that stuck to his ass?
Oh.
Really interesting.
It's probably a light or something. It's
it's a little tail. Yeah, it's a little tail light and headlights.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Oh, that's great.
Watch them if you haven't.
Absolutely.
They're so
I agree.
fun. They're so fun.
I have not, and I intend to as soon as I get a chance.
And most of the time,
Fantastic.
these films are so, you know, well respected that they usually have really good voice casts.
Look at the
Legos.
Oh god,
that's great.
Yep,
Legos makes everything.
And the new season of Sherlock is awesome. I've only watched 2 out of the 3 episodes.
Well,
but
we watched all 3, and for me, it's the best full season. the first season's amazing, but the second episode is only okay.
Yeah.
The second season's good, but the second episode's kind of bad.
And this is the Sherlock, the Sherlock that only has three, but they're
Right.
Season
45
3
or an hour and a half or whatever. Right?
Exactly. They're like
miniature
miniature
one's a
movies.
movie.
They're
So
movies.
yeah, they're kind of like movies. So I did see like 3 or 4
8 movies.
Yeah.
They are movies,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
They are.
They're so
They're filmed as well.
cinematic. They're
Yeah.
They're
brilliant.
filmed
So
beautifully.
good.
So yeah, check that out.
And that has
Benedict
Cumberbatch.
it has
Cumberbatch.
Khan and the Hobbit, right? Bilbo
Yeah.
Baggins.
Martin Freeman.
Martin
They're
Freeman.
both amazing.
Yeah, they're good.
They're both
good
solid.
dudes.
We saw some movies too. Kim and I each got our Netflix discs in, and they'd been sitting there for about a month.
Yep.
So we finally watched them. First, we watched Secretary.
I'm not going to be able to show very many of these.
Oh, you can too.
Secretary.
There's only the final scene that has anything that's inappropriate.
Well,
the
but-
entire movie's
But
actually
when you Google
very
image search secretary,
Oh, okay.
all of the titties show up. That's all.
okay. So yeah, filter out all the titties.
Do my best. I'll do my best.
Secretary.
No, but we watched Secretary because I've got my gender and sexuality in American film class right now, and I didn't know the movie well enough to have it as part of my main film series, so I made an extra credit assignment, and this was one of the films that I offered for them to watch, and I definitely wanted to see it. I knew it dealt with fetishes, and I was really impressed. I thought the movie was good. It was very good and well acted, because it's pretty much just those two. It's Maggie Gyllenhaal and
James Spader.
James
James
Spader.
Spader. Sorry.
Who's awesome.
Who's really good in this. And they're both strange, quirky people that are for real. They're not just acting like strange, quirky people. They actually have these problems in their life, and they have these phobias, and they have these fears and desires that are really well played out. And then when you do get to the end, when there's a lot of what Nathan described, it's kind of great. And Lewis, and he had to talk me into understanding why it made sense, because it was so
totally makes sense, Kim.
no, shut up. No, like from the
No,
story point of view, and
Yeah.
from it just makes so much sense that she's finally she's blossomed, she has changed, she has accepted who she is, and it's really beautiful. I thought the movie was great.
I loved it when she pissed herself in her wedding dress. That was the best
That's
part
silly.
of that movie.
No, you know what? Honestly, I'm gonna say.
Kidding.
First of all, I thought Maggie Gyllenhaal, really deserves some credit. I thought that she didn't she was surprising to me. The first 30 minutes of this movie, she is weird and quirky and like awkward.
Yeah.
And I believed it. Like
Yeah.
I thought that she had a really interesting story. And so then when James Spader gets with her and he starts telling her to do things and starts being kind of controlling.
The phone call, how many P's can I have? That whole conversation creeped me out.
Peas, PEAS for food.
Yes.
Yeah,
sorry. Yeah.
Because this is a
This is a fetish
yeah,
film,
so
yeah,
I was
or a
thinking maybe
fetish
he's
dealing with
telling
fet-
her how often she can urinate.
Right. Sorry. No. She calls him and asks for permission how much food she's allowed to eat. And he's
A
like,
scoop of mashed
you can have a
potatoes.
scoop of mashed potatoes. You can have 9 peas, and you can have
As much dessert as much ice cream or whatever. Yeah.
Well, and what was great about this movie though is it's about like allowing people to do what they want to do, you know?
And if you want to be told what to do, if you want to have people kind of control you in a safe way, that's okay too, because that's what she was letting him do. He would call her. He liked telling her what to do, and she
Doesn't
liked doing what he told her to do.
Sound like a very balanced meal. Is it really that safe?
It's not too many.
It's not.
It's not
It's
too
not
many.
enough.
It doesn't
Potatoes and ice
matter
cream.
about the
Yeah,
balance. I don't think they were
It
going
was not
for that.
enough.
God.
Also, like, just out of nowhere, she was spoilers. If you haven't watched this and want to see it, don't listen to this. But she had a big time problem with cutting herself, and he finds out about it, and he's like, "Oh, you're gonna stop doing that now," and she just does. Like, she was struggling with it, and he tells him, and she's like, "Oh, okay, I'm done."
But see, this is the story. The story is that she doesn't like herself. She feels out of control. She feels like her family is really
Her
difficult.
Family is kind of
And that's the only
and
way
James
she-
Spader gives her a way to not have to, make certain choices.
Yeah.
And by giving her that, and he feels he has his own issues. He feels like he's too controlling, and he feels really bad about himself, and he doesn't want to do the things he's doing, and she has to kind of let him know that she wants certain things.
Yeah.
Right.
So there's this kind of idea that their sexuality is not okay, and they, over the course of the movie, find out that it is okay.
Right.
That because they both want the same things, and they're consenting, and it's
both mostly based out of mutual respect, and actually I would say 100% out of mutual respect of each other.
Yeah.
And as an audience member, we have to kind of understand that, this is weird, but just because that's not my thing doesn't mean I should judge or come down. And so I found it to be actually a movie about finding yourself and being okay with who you are.
Yeah.
It was always billed as like, a super sexy movie.
I mean, look at the
or
cover
whatever.
and all the stuff we see. I was expecting it to be like super like that the whole time, where she's in these kind of like dominated poses. She's wearing really sexy, lined hose and all this stuff, and it's just not. It's not like that at all. And so I think it's kind of billed, I don't want to say incorrectly, but it sets you up for something that isn't happening in the film,
right?
The way that it looks like it is, and so I was surprised and kind of happily surprised.
It's not it's not nearly as salacious as it is made out to be in its all of its media and all of its promotional materials.
But good.
Yeah,
I would recommend it.
Yeah,
I would too.
I've seen it twice, so it couldn't have been that bad.
The other movie we saw was one called The Pool, and I would never have thought to rent this movie, Pool. I would never have thought to. You gotta stop. Except it was directed by a guy named Chris Smith.
Oh God.
And I love Chris Smith movies. He makes documentaries. He made a movie. That's not
it.
Damn it, that's really cool
None of
looking.
that's right. Those are all wrong. All those images are wrong.
No, there's one. That one.
This one?
Yeah, that's the only
Yay!
one.
Yes, it was filmed in...
It's filmed in India.
India.
And it stars Nana Patekar. So here's the thing. Chris Smith is an American guy. He's made a couple documentaries, one called American Movie, one called Home Movies, and I love his movies. So I was just looking at his name on Netflix, and I saw this, and so I was like, I'm going to get it and see what it is. And I was shocked for a number of reasons. Go ahead and tell me.
No, I was just going to say, explain a little bit about the themes that he explores with the films that you mentioned, because it's, I think, important why we were interested in this movie to begin with, is with his
he's a
home
weird
movies
filmmaker.
and American.
So like in Home Movies, he goes to 5 people who have weird homes.
In America,
and he films their weird houses and has the people tell why they make the house the way they did. So like one guy has a robot house.
Ooh, cool.
And everything's electronic, and it's just almost stupid. Like he goes into his bathroom.
It takes him longer to do stuff because he has the
he goes
robot.
into his bathroom.
Everything's electronic.
Like, I need some soap. So he pushes a button, and a little mannequin hand with soap on it comes out of the wall. And since it's a stupid mannequin hand, like the soap slides off, and it's just terrible and stupid. And one lady has a house that's made it's made out of a tree. It's just built into a tree, and like I don't know, it's just a crazy series of things. And so it's interesting to see these weird, quirky people.
Yeah.
Well, Chris Smith and his crew flew to India with an idea for a movie, and then they just made a movie. And they don't speak like the languages. They had to get translators, and they found the actors are all kids they found on the street.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
With the exception of Nana Patekar, or whatever his name is.
The main guy.
The
adult.
Who, it turns out, they found out later, he's so big in India, he's kind of like Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. This guy?
Yeah.
Yes. And he was amazing.
He's really good.
So we watched the film, and then we watched another hour-long documentary on the making of the film, and so we learned so much about the process and what they went through and how difficult it was and how they found the actors.
Yeah.
And I remember just watching the film to start with thinking, that man has so much gravitas. He has so much pull, and he's so good. I just was really impressed by his performance.
I really liked this movie, though.
Yeah.
I did. And
I did too.
It's not the kind of movie I would ever just pick up off the shelf like, oh, let's watch a movie about some Indian kid who, hangs out and does things in India.
What is the gist of what's going on in the movie?
So this kid, he's 18 years old. He
lives in the city.
Scrambles for money all the time. Like they'll get plastic sacks and then go to the market and sell them for a penny a piece or whatever. He's just surviving day to day.
And he works in a hotel, and he cleans the rooms, and he, fixes food and does, gives food to people.
That's not it.
So he sees this rich guy's house, and he looks over the fence, and he sees this
beautiful
huge pool. And all he wants to do is swim in that pool. So he goes and he meets the guy, and he tells him he'll work for him, and so he starts working in
his gardening.
And over the course of the movie, we find out that the reason no one swims in the pool is because the guy's son drowned in the pool, and anyway, it progresses, and we just kind of see this kid grow and develop.
And that's his buddy. So he's also a side character, the short one.
That little kid is awesome.
So the main character is in the center with the red and blue shirt, and he's the one that wants to swim in the pool, and he works for the guy, and he gets
it's just good. I don't know.
It's great. We see them just in the streets. We see them just interact with each other and what life is like for them, and it's really good. It's well made.
Which is amazing considering how they filmed it.
It has a great conclusion. It has such a fitting conclusion.
Yeah, it's pretty soft. It's strong. So I actually recommend it. I recommend all of Christmas movies, but especially American Movie and Home Movie and The Pool.
Yeah.
So this dude is like India's Robert De Niro. How did they get these kids to like not be just terrified of him?
They were.
Okay.
And the De Niro guy kind of had to just work with him.
So actually, the woman, the girl that plays the man's daughter in the movie, she's actually in some of those shots, like the bottom corner. She had acted before, and the two boys had really never done any acting, and they couldn't read, and so can't read, can't write, and
so
they're
they'd say, "Here's your lines."
So they'd have to work with someone. She helped them become more comfortable. She helped them with their lines. She helped them interact with the guy. She's sweet. So she really kind of interacted with them and helped them get through it. But yeah, I think everybody was a little starstruck until he said, "I'm done," and just like left.
Yeah, he said, "I'll work on your
4 days
little movie for 4 days," and they're like, "Oh, great!" And so they start shooting all these scenes,
and then they were like,
and they're filming this one scene.
We're not filming it fast enough.
And he goes, "Is this just a scene of me walking across the street?" And they're like,
"I'm done."
Yeah,
I did one.
I don't do that.
Don't make me do it twice.
He goes, "I already filmed that. You're not going to film me twice doing the same shot."
And then he got in his car and he left.
He got in his car and left. Never saw him again. He just drove away.
Wow.
So he kind of turned out to be a diva, but when you're watching the movie, he does such a good job.
He's amazing.
Such a good job. It was such a
Wow.
I know.
You have to understand.
Like, oh no.
He sounds like a diva, but these are just some scrappy American guys with cameras that are like, "We're making a movie
in our
here."
movie, and he's
for
like,
no reason.
Yeah. Well, maybe he should do a little research.
Yeah,
look
into it a little bit.
They told him the story, and he says, "That sounds really cool. I want to be involved, so I'll give you 4 days or whatever."
Oh, I meant like as far as the director making all those other documentaries and whatever.
You would think that they'd have. I don't know. I mean, it's one of those things they just went over and they said, like, we'll just look around and shoot and see what's going on, and maybe we can start filming something. And then they found their actors and just started shooting because they didn't want to lose them. Because these are kids. The kids basically play themselves. They have stories where they're, like, talking to each other, and the one kid talks about how some friend of his went to prison and stuff. And then in the documentary afterwards, they're like, "Oh, all those stories are just the kids telling their stories."
And because
you're like, Jesus.
That's when they came to life, and that's when they started acting more real.
Yeah.
Because when the cameras were on and they were given their lines, they kind of got a little stiff.
Yeah.
And so they just let them tell their own stories and be themselves. And they were actually speaking different languages to each other.
Oh, wow.
One boy was speaking in one language, and the other boy was speaking in the other.
Not during those scenes, but they did.
But in real life,
other languages.
In real life, their main language was different, and so you're like, how did they do any of this?
No kidding.
Yeah.
But
it's good.
It's good.
What about you, Nathan? Did you see any movie?
Throughout the packing and whatever, prepping and whatnot of the house, I did have a chance to sit down and catch The Croods, watched half of it, fell asleep through it. No fault of the movies, really. It was already late when I started it, but we watched The Croods and I liked it, but there's some of the kid elements to it kind of pissed me off and really annoyed me. The little belt guy with his little catch. Yeah, he's great, except for they were trying to they overworked his little his little catchphrase or whatever that he had, his little da da da. Used it about 4 or 5 times, which was about 3 times too many. I found Nicolas Cage to be really tedious to listen to. Like, I can't even see his face, but I can see his face in my brain. Like, I can see him being an actor while he's just performing these words.
Should my hair be longer in that movie?
There's actually, there's the section where he puts on the dreads and all that, and I'm gonna be hip, and like, I don't know. And then I finally pinpointed who the mom's voice was, and I was instantly annoyed by her too, which I believe I pinned it correctly as Zoe Deschanel. I think it's her, and for as soon as
there's no way we could ever find out.
Raining.
Yeah.
How do we find out something like that? Is there a way on the internet?
I don't think so.
Kind of source.
I have no idea. No idea.
Encyclopedia.
Some kind of a database that maybe could...
Yeah, for like movies.
I have no idea.
Somewhere on the internet, there's got to be a database for movies.
Emma Stone. You're fucking Emma Stone. It wasn't.
No. That's the daughter.
Cloris Leachman. She's the grandma.
That's the grandma.
Catherine Keener. That's who it was.
Was it Catherine? Oh.
The mom was Catherine Keener.
Okay.
She sounds exactly like... okay.
You're way off.
She sounds exactly... I am way off. She sounds... She had their voice twins then, because she sounded exactly
She's
like...
on
Zoe.
Captain Phillips.
She
twins.
is? Yeah. She's Captain Phillips' wife.
I did
Before
not know that.
Yeah, but she's like in the first 5 minutes.
Well,
No,
at any rate, I thought that it was Zoe Deschanel, so I was like, all right, don't care about anything she has to say.
But now you do.
But now I'm fine with her. It's all fine.
Personal
No,
grudge.
seriously, I hate her.
This movie's great now.
No, it's not. Ryan Reynolds is there.
Who's Ryan
Reynolds is the main character.
Oh, okay.
Ryan Reynolds is Green Lantern.
Yeah.
Oh, look at the sloth.
Is Ryan Reynolds' career finally over?
I kind of hope so.
I think this might have put the final
Is
nail in
Green
the
Lantern
coffin.
2 coming out?
No.
He's had so many huge bombs.
Like
There's got to be a point where they're like,
what's-
we're not putting you in our movie.
What's that? Is he? I think he's capable of good acting.
He's great in the right
think
role.
he's okay.
But Green Lantern, bomb.
I really liked him in
R.I.P.D., bomb.
I really liked him in Smoking Aces.
Smoking Bases.
Smoking Aces.
Yeah, he was really good in that movie. I thought.
You hated
Oh, I
Smoking
thought
Aces.
it was Lucky Number 11. That was good.
No, you're thinking of the one with...
He's not in that, is he?
Clive
No, he's
Owen
not.
where he's Bugs Bunny.
Yeah.
What's the Clive Owen where he's Bugs Bunny?
Oh,
Shoot
shoot
Shoot 'em up.
Shoot 'em up. Shoot 'em up. was
Shoot 'em
good.
up.
Smoking
I
Aces.
do
was-
love Shoot 'em up. That's so great. He jams that carrot in there and just chucks it. Oh, that's so
You
good.
know what I hate?
That movie's so cheesy. I love it. I
When
love
they
it.
jump out of Air
Yeah.
Force One and they're shooting while
So
parachuting.
amazing.
Best movie ever.
I owned it. I love. Yeah, I owned that movie.
Shoot 'em up's cool. I agree.
The Croods is good in the fact that it's not It's not something that you would just go out like. It's not. It breaks a lot of the stereotypical storytelling things, but then while it breaks some of the conventions, it goes right along with other ones
Yeah.
just to kind of get everybody on board. Pretty annoying. For the most part, I wouldn't have really cared for it. I wouldn't recommend it to anybody or anything like that. So I didn't care for it.
Okay.
You guys can skip it if you haven't seen it already. Is
I haven't
pretty much
seen
how
it.
I get
Will
to
not
that.
see
I
the
know that
Croods.
sloth's pretty cute.
Yeah, and
All right.
he'll annoy the shit out of you by the time the thing's over with. He's cute. That's about it.
So, is it time to do news? Do we have any news? I have one news.
I have one news. Way too late. But our chance to say farewell to a great actor,
Oh yeah, that's
Philip
news. Philip Seymour Hoffman.
That guy is no longer with us, so he will be missed.
Yeah, great actor.
Awesome
got himself
actor.
involved in the drugs, and you know what?
One of those.
It turned out he got involved with some young girl, and then he got kicked out of his house. His
I
wife
didn't know
and
that.
or his
That's too
girlfriend and their 3 kids
Yeah.
left, and yeah.
That's too bad. Maybe that's why the drugs started.
Well,
That's too bad.
he started doing drugs right out of school. Out of
did
film
he?
School.
Okay.
But he stopped for 23 years, and he started again last year. And here's the deal with drugs: anybody who's got a thing, whatever your addiction is, whether it's cookies or heroin, if it's in the house you'll do it.
Oh, definitely.
I don't care who you are. There's no such thing as, just be strong and don't do it.
You know what?
Yeah.
Like, it makes you wonder, though, like I get it, like, people do stuff when they're depressed. But when you have that much money, wouldn't you be like, you know what, I'm going to try water skiing or skydiving or, like,
sure.
I'm going to find myself in India or something.
Sure, if you can do it. But you know what? I mean, somebody who is willing to try heroin for the first time, like somebody who's like, come on, man, here's some heroin, try it. That person's already in a place or in a space where they're not making
good choices. Agreed.
Right?
Well, and he's literally one of these guys where, like, every time you see him come across on the ticker tape or whatever, you're like, oh my god, he's gonna be in this movie. Like, he never ever looks the same, acts the same.
Look at these pictures. These are just him out. Most of them are just pictures of him out in public.
Yeah,
he looks so different in every single one.
Dude's
like he ages 20 years.
Look, like, just sitting like two pictures next to each other. Look at this one. And then look at this one. Like, good lord, Mr. Chameleon of the century.
And I don't care if a movie's bad, he's good in the movie.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
You could always count on that.
It's a real loss for
it really is.
Film in general.
Only 46 years old, so
young
we will miss a good film. God, look at that. I mean,
such a good actor.
Never looks the same. Never done anything. No two things were ever like. I loved him in Along Came Polly, a pretty awful movie, but he's great in it.
Right. Isn't he the one that Ben Stiller rubs his face down his whole torso?
Yes, yeah. And he's the child actor that never went on to do anything with his life, and he's like playing. He's in Jesus Christ Superstar, and he's gonna play like 3 of the roles. Or whatever.
I liked him in The Big Lebowski.
Yeah.
He's just good. Or he was good, and it's so hard to see him go.
Yeah, it is.
Well, he was almost done with the final catching. What were
the
those
second
called?
half of
Hunger Games.
Hunger Games.
They had one more scene, and apparently they're going to do computer graphics. To finish that scene out.
I'm going to Tron it up.
They're going to Tron it up. So it's sad.
What about his voice, though? Do they have how are they going to get the words for it?
They
can get impersonators.
Can they?
Well, coming from an actor's point of view, it's kind of more inspirational when I hear him say, no matter what you're doing, no matter how many interviews you have to do or auditions, every single time you have a chance to audition or act your heart out.
Yeah.
You get more practice and you become a better actor, and they will never forget you.
Yeah, he did say that.
And so it's inspirational for me because I don't know if I've always done that. And it's sad we can't have him anymore.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate.
So that is our version of way too late news, but we had to hit on it.
Had to say something, yeah.
And what was your news item?
They cast the Vision in the new Avengers movie.
Oh, okay.
Paul Bettany will be the Vision.
I love Paul Bettany.
Now, he's been playing the voice of Jarvis, so that maybe means that they'll be putting Jarvis's AI down into a computer, into a body.
That's cool.
And
pretty sweet.
Yeah, so that's exciting. And of course, that Ultron is James Spader.
Yes.
His voice. Let me think, what else did we have?
This is Paul Bettany, for those who don't know.
Yep.
Paul Bettany's cool, and I haven't really seen him in a lot of movies. There was a time when he was in movies left and right.
I loved him in A Knight's Tale as Geoffrey Chaucer.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
pretty good.
He was good.
That was good. I liked him in Master and Commander.
Oh, okay.
Was that movie any good? Every time I see it
loved
come
it.
by, I'm like, skip.
Some people might not like it, but they do a really good job of what it was like life at sea. Like the realism was really there. And if you're a fan of like old naval battles and
Which I'm
stuff like
not.
that, they do it. It's not Hollywood like the way Hollywood does ship battles.
Russell
like,
Crowe's in it as well, right?
Yeah.
I'll have to give it a shot. I've seen it go by a couple of times. I'm like,
and don't
"Meh."
expect it's not action packed.
Okay.
In fact, most of it is like just them, the relationship of the crew and them at sea.
About as action-packed as Waterworld.
To be honest, there's a really good action scene at the beginning that's really short, and then the end fight, and it's pretty cool. And it's if you like history and you can be like, oh, they did do that. Like it's
yeah,
kind of
that
films.
now that kind of stuff I do like
Yeah.
oh my god, they actually did they warfared like this. This is crazy.
Or they had kids on the ship trained to be officers because they come from families that are well off or have high status. Yeah, he's the doctor of the ship. Okay. In that film, and
that makes sense. I'd believe him as that.
He's a good actor.
Yeah,
I think that the Avengers will be. They did a good job with the casting there.
I think it's kind of up to the directors and writers, really.
Well, yeah, but I mean, as far as his
ability,
acting, he'll bring whatever he needs to.
Yeah.
The other thing I wanted to talk about is the Lego Movie made $1 zillion.
Good lord!
And the lead voice there is Chris Pratt. And the reason I bring this up is Chris Pratt is the lead in the Guardians of the Galaxy, and he's also going to be the main guy in Jurassic Park 4.
Oh, he's everywhere
he's
nowadays.
Exploding. This guy
Holy crap!
What
he's getting pretty buff.
What
that's
kind of skyrocketed him? Was it
what was before Zero Dark 30?
I think honestly, I think
Zero Dark 30. Did you see how cool he was?
Maybe that was right at the beginning, but Parks
and Rec, I think, is what really exploded him.
Yeah, but like when I've only seen part of the first season, he's kind of a douche in that. So
he evolved. He's not a douche by like season 3. He's actually really adorable.
He's such a goofy guy in Parks and Rec, and now go back up a little.
He was on the OC. That's where he got his start. That's the first time I ever saw him.
Really?
Yeah.
Go back up a bit. See how fat he is in that one? Is that him?
Right here, yeah.
Like, that's the Chris Pratt we started out with, right? And now he's like...
Yeah, like the one right above it.
Ripped.
Jesus.
Yeah. Good lord.
And he did Zero Dark 30,
and
and then what did he do after that? There were a couple movies that he was in, and we were just like,
well, he was in Her.
Well, recently he was in Her.
And he's getting some leading roles.
Sorry,
but
that's
the leading
what she
roles.
said.
I'm sorry. I tried to hold it in, and I really did.
Anyway, so...
But he's just...
I'm
doing
so
stuff,
excited
he's
to
good.
see Chris Pratt. He's talented. He's funny as shit.
Every time
he
we
is
see
great.
him.
They even said we watched a writer's thing on Parks and Recreation, and they talked about how Chris Pratt will just make up some of his lines, and they're amazing. Like the one where he checks WebMD on his computer, and he's like, well, I've entered all your symptoms into WebMD, and you have file not found. Like, that's him just making shit up. So he's a talented guy.
He has been in Delivery Man.
That's right.
Mr. Payback, movie 43. I forgot about that.
Yeah, Zero Dark 30.
Moneyball. Oh, he was the one pitcher in Moneyball.
Damn it, Jerry.
Yeah, we were excited to see him in that one. We were like, oh my god,
first base or something, right?
He was in 10 Years.
What's that?
I am not sure.
10 Years a Slave?
Yeah.
Yeah, no one's seen that movie.
Comedy, drama.
Nope.
Dramedy.
Channing Tatum.
Damn you. What the hell? Stop it.
Learn to mouse.
Effing thing. Oh, he was...
Bride Wars. Nice.
Yeah. He was the Batman, or he was in the Batman from 2008. He was Jake.
TV series.
He
was in Jennifer's Body.
I forgot he was in
that.
Wanted. He's the one that gets the keyboard smacked into his face.
Really?
I forgot about that.
I didn't know him at that time. We didn't know him. We saw one.
No.
We didn't know who he was.
We have no idea who this guy
So
is.
kind of a bunch of...
I'm just saying.
He's in one
He's
called
just-
Wieners.
He's breaking out.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be
This
surprised
is
if he
him.
starts becoming like Luke Skywalker in the new Star Wars.
I mean, he does like...
Sweet.
Look at that. Look at his list.
They
He does
want
like
him
4,
as,
5, 6 things a year
Yeah.
he's in.
They want Gary Oldman for the new Star Wars. That's what they're saying.
Ooh, fun.
We'll
Yeah.
see.
Sweet.
He
He'll
could
probably be the Emperor's
New groove.
new groove.
just dress him like Zorg or whatever.
Yeah. We'll see.
Very disappointed.
Very cool.
I just wanted to say, keep an eye out for Chris Pratt. I think he's doing some exciting stuff.
That's pretty cool.
And we do have a trailer to get to that Lewis wanted to talk about as well.
Let's watch this trailer. This is Transcendence, and it stars Johnny Depp, and I don't remember who directed it. but it looks.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's good.
I don't know.
Cross your fingers, maybe.
My partner in science and in life, Dr. Will Castor.
The path to building superintelligence requires us to unlock the most fundamental secrets of the universe. Imagine a machine with a full range of human emotion. Its analytical power will be greater than the collective intelligence of every person in the history of the world. Some scientists refer to this as the singularity. Professor?
Hey.
I call it transcendence.
A series of attacks conducted by a radical anti-tech group known as Rift.
They hit AI labs all over the country.
We lost decades of research and development.
It's radiation poisoning. The bullet must have been laced with it. The effect is irreversible.
Will's body is dying, but his mind is a pattern of electrical signals. We can upload his consciousness. We can save him.
Not like this.
Is that Paul Bettany?
Assuming that this works. If we missed anything, a thought, a childhood memory, how will you know who you're dealing with?
Oh, Johnny Depp died.
Evelyn.
Oh my God.
I can't feel anything.
I'm here.
That would be. That'd be so screwed up.
It may be intelligent, may even be sentient. This is not well. Shut it down.
Shut it down! It's him!
Your friends crossed the line. They don't know the danger.
This is astounding.
So how do we fight it?
You can't. An AI is like any intelligence. It has needs.
The real Will died.
It'll start to evolve.
Where's the machine?
To influence. Perhaps the entire world.
Where are you going?
Everywhere.
I'll watch that.
It's a shitty preview, though.
Yeah, I'll watch that.
Boom! But he's just a machine. But
Yeah.
you should kill him. But he's not really alive. Let's say
like Cartman
some
there.
more stuff. Well,
Not really alive, guys.
well, it's just like just keep yelling and stuff. It's like I don't.
It does have some of that future shock. Like I'm really tired about movies where people are like, "We've got to turn it off. We're playing God."
Okay.
And I just want to be like, yeah,
But
you
we
know,
don't want his life.
yeah, it's unnatural. There's a part of me that wants to go, well, yeah, everything's unnatural. I mean, the fact that you're looking at a computer, you know, is unnatural. The fact that you have glasses on is unnatural. The fact that you take medicine is unnatural.
Anthills are unnatural.
Anthill, well, they're kind of natural.
Ant art is
They
unnatural.
make it. It's like a building.
Yeah. You know what else? You know what is completely natural? Masturbation. That's okay.
Well, that's been proven. Thanks,
right.
Thanks, Nathan.
It's a fact.
Yeah, thanks for taking it there.
I think he's just like
Tumbleweed.
Oh, come on, guys.
he's like it's natural, right, guys?
That's what they all told me.
Right?
They all told me that was alright.
Not
Yeah.
7 times a day,
I'm not.
buddy.
I
So?
don't think I'm gonna.
No, buddy.
Unless it gets.
Don't judge me.
Unless Kim and
Rub
Louis
myself
say
raw if
it's
I want."
awesome, I'll probably not see it until it's
Yeah.
in the red box.
Well, and you know what actually is the thing that's making me kind of hesitate?
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate
Well, he's not
because
even in it. He dies. Ish.
Well,
and you just hear his voice, right?
and
Well,
face.
someone should tell him
Yeah.
in real life that he needs to wake up a little bit and lay off the freaking laudanum or whatever the hell he's on, because
Yeah.
he's just. What? Did you hear him do that Grammys tribute thing the other day? And he did the announcement thing. He's like, so I'm here with the Beatles. We're like, Jesus Christ, dude! Fucking wake up! You're talking to us.
to be fair, it's the Beatles, so you know whatever.
Yeah. I don't. No one. Really, I mean, I'm just too cool.
I'm
for
standing
this,
next to
so-
two people who probably are more responsible for
you
music
say you
than
say you
anyone on the
hesitate
planet.
because of Johnny Depp. Really though?
Yeah,
I mean,
seriously.
it's like sci-fi. Are you not going to see this when
Of
it
course
comes
I'm
out?
gonna see it.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
No,
I will
but-
definitely
I knew
see
it.
it too.
But there's
Yeah.
a part of me that's like,
I knew that.
Johnny Depp.
He's broke my heart too many
Yeah.
times.
Also, mostly because I'm extra angry at Johnny Depp because I really adored him for years,
well,
you know, and then he just started doing a bunch of Pirates of the Caribbean and Lone
I like
Rangers,
that. I like that first
Jesus.
one, and even the second one.
Yeah.
While the second one's story was a little bit weaker, I'm like, God, I can't get enough of this fucking pirate shit. And
and enough of Johnny Depp.
And then I'm like, oh, the third one's out. I guess I can get enough of this shit. By the time they did the fifth one or whatever the hell.
Yeah.
So the quirky, I'm out there and I'm weird. Yeah, got over it quick. But there's a long stretch where I'm like, can't do any wrong.
It just didn't help, like while Pirates was going on, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah, that was fucking weird. It was so weird.
What other weird one did he just kind of did so many weird, quirky characters in a row that it just...
That Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, first of all, why would you ruin a good thing? Second of all, why would you do all of that? Like, all of those choices were just bad, all of them. Not a good choice.
Gene Wilder's Wonka.
Oh my God.
So good.
There's no way.
So good.
There's no way you could have
to have
that.
the guts to even try to stand beside it.
Especially while he's still alive. I mean, at least give it another 50 years and not slap him in the face. You're like, oh, what is this? What is this horse shit? Somebody's sullying my legacy.
Nothing.
Yeah.
I think
so good.
also,
good day, sir.
I said good day. No, it also goes to the director. It was Burton.
Yeah,
Tim Burton.
You can't make.
His Alice
sorry.
in Wonderland was shitty too.
Oh, that was so bad.
All right.
Wasn't he in that too?
Yeah,
Yes.
the Mad Hatter.
And Helena Bonham Carter.
Okay, let's do homeworks.
Yeah.
So Jared assigned us a homework. He literally shit
Thanks,
on our
Jared.
heads
Right into my mouth.
and
Jared
then
Bear.
ran away laughing.
My mouth is still full
He
of
is
shit.
not here to discuss the awesome movie he assigned us. So what is the awesome movie?
That's a band.
It's called As I Lay Dying.
It's this
Folk
rock band
movie. Yeah, As I Lay Dying is a good band, but As I Lay Dying
Well-
is a terrible movie.
As I laid dying on the couch
Yeah.
while I was watching this.
Oh, I wanted to. I really wished I was inside of that
You
goddamn
know, I
coffin.
halfway in my drunken stupor, I halfway expected. I'm like, this movie's crap. It's bad. And I kept watching. I'm like, I wonder if there's something Lewis or Kim will say, like some hidden like meaning or film style that I bet they're gonna love this movie.
No, the side by side stuff where it was almost similar and all of it, like.
Here's what I think about that visual
tedious.
structure, because it was split screen and they were in the same scene.
Yeah.
Sometimes not when they were speaking, but you see the character that the voice is talking, where it's maybe from a different perspective or point of view.
Yeah.
I think he did that because the book is so stream of consciousness and strange that the style, like Faulkner's style,
He was trying
is
to create
very
that.
unique. He's trying to take that and make something visually unique and to make it stand out and to give it some style, because he thinks that they can do that, and it just didn't work.
What did you guys think of his performance?
We talked about that right before you got here. I believe this might be the only time in the whole movie his fucking mouth was closed. He just stood there
Agape.
with his mouth agape the whole time.
I
And
liked it.
I started
He
to
hated
get
it.
like I
Really?
cued in on it. I was like, could you just shut your mouth for two? Nope, you can't. You can't do it.
I thought his character
Yeah.
was
That's the
so
character.
believable and
Yeah.
so real, and
And it actually made the
horrible.
rest of the characters almost like, yeah.
I
think they-
think Franco needs someone to help him act. I don't think he should be directing himself.
Well, if he wants to make a film that's set in the 20s, like this is, and he gets other actors doing kind of like the accents and the style and the kind of country bumpkin kind of thing, he needs to do it too. His acting was too
Yeah, he did not do
contemporary.
that.
He spoke too fast and he spoke too
Same
clearly.
Same with McBride.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
spoke too well, and you want more of the
What the
father
other-
and
yeah.
that that kid.
That was pretty
However,
cool.
Yeah.
I understood like every fifth word that he said. So I'm
Which
like,
kind of made me like
yeah.
him better, because
Yeah.
I couldn't understand what he said.
And then I was like, I have seen him from somewhere, and I haven't seen him in a long time. And I finally remembered he is on the OC.
Oh, I had
Really?
no idea.
Yeah.
Who's he on the OC?
He is what's his name's older brother.
Oh, yeah.
That's so strange to think he's on the OC, and then we see him like this, because if he can make that kind of a transformation
Yeah.
in look,
Yeah, he's-
why couldn't the James Franco character? Why does he look like freaking James Franco?
Yeah.
Why can't? When she's too pretty too, the daughter.
Yeah.
The daughter
She doesn't
yeah.
do anything,
she
but
was
she still needs to be
unbelievable.
dirty, and she still needs to be grimy and greasy, and
Yeah.
like she needs to be country.
Yeah. No,
So-
it kind of pulled
Yeah.
you in and out.
Yeah, I noticed that there's things that
Mind you, there's a lot of other things that are
So
wrong,
this is
but-
based on a Faulkner book that has, they've said for years, is just too...
Ryan's older brother.
It's
sorry.
not meant to be made into a movie because it's too much about stream of consciousness and thought processes and different voices, the
Yeah,
different characters' ways of thinking.
Yeah.
And so each chapter is a different character's, like inside a different character's head, and you just kind of like hear what they're thinking and so forth.
And slowly the story gets pieced together in the book.
In the book. But so the movie comes along, and it's a story about some really unlikable people.
Yeah, all of them actually
doing things
And how they
that-
deal with a death.
Yeah, and they're just doing things. It's not even super clear at first. Like Kim turns to me about halfway through the movie and says, "What's going on?" And I'm like, they have to go bury this mom in some special place that she wanted to be buried, and so now they're riding around with the week-old corpse in the back of their wagon.
And in the South.
Yeah,
in the South.
So
So
gross,
gross.
so bad. That little kid was freaky.
The little kid was weird.
Yeah.
And then it's just a depressing story. Like, the mom or the sister gets raped. The nice brother loses his leg. The other brother has to give up his horse.
The one brother gets his
James
back
Franco
burned.
goes crazy for some reason.
I didn't know
Yeah.
out of
Even
why did he get
nowhere.
arrested.
Yeah.
He got arrested for
Because
burning
the
down the
sister-
barn.
Okay,
The
I
sister
got
told on him.
The sister
got
told on him
that.
because he was kind of blackmailing her about being pregnant, saying, "I'm going to tell Dad you're pregnant."
Did they ever say who the father was? Was it
Just some local
Just
guy.
some guy.
I thought it was Franco.
I thought it
No.
might be one of them, but it wasn't. It was just some
Well,
guy.
at first I thought it was
This
the guy
is-
who broke his leg.
This is the one. This is him.
Isn't
They were all brothers and sisters.
Yeah, that's why I was like, what? 'Cause
All 5 of them. Or
didn't
4,
they
yeah,
allude
5.
to it when they were in the flower field? Her and the other guy in
Yeah.
the flower field. Yeah, he looked like the other character to me, and that's
okay.
why I was like.
And since
wait,
he's
what?
only in that scene, it's really unclear
It
like
is.
what has happened there. But see, this is part of the problem of the movie.
And then, but
is
they're
that
all
they
ready
can't-
just to say goodbye. See you later. Send you off to the crazy home. Sure, take him away.
All of a sudden, all the brothers were like, "Yeah, get rid of him."
Get
Take
rid-
him
and
to
I'm
the
like,
crazy-"
you guys have lived together for your whole lives. He was the one. James Franco's character was the one that kept the big beardy man in control because he was the one that seemed a little off. You know,
Kilter.
in the beginning.
He
seemed he was running away from his mom's death.
It wasn't very clear what was going on, and it was slow and boring.
Oh my
because
God.
We're
The
just
pacing-
watching them
pacing was just
tool around in a wagon with a dead body in the back. You know,
it's-
And
Broken
his
leg man.
his cast
leg
out of
man.
the
Get the cement. Give me 10 cents of cement. Oh my God. And
gross.
then,
He's like, please don't do this. What I think you're gonna do with this.
You could have at least put some oil on there. Oh, we're just trying to help. It's just
I
like,
know. Was
Shit.
it? Didn't you
It
just
is-
hate that guy? though?
I really wanted to strangle him.
And then he gets his teeth at the end, and he's like, "Here's your new mama."
Yeah.
And we were
What?
like, "Fuck you,
Fuck
you
you."
asshole."
And
Yeah.
the poor bearded guy is like heartbroken after he sold his horse or whatever.
I know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there he is, and that. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's what he looks like. But this is what he actually looks like. Like he did a
Amazing.
really good,
Yeah, I
Good.
thought he did a good job.
a great
That's the kind of-
transformation.
Him and the father are probably the best actors.
Yeah.
there
I agree.
Easily.
I agree.
I thought it was fine. I just don't know that it's the kind of screenplay that you can sit through easily.
I think
and the
for-
split screen, I didn't think worked.
No,
For-
not as often as they
It
did
did
it.
add something. When you want split screen, you want two things to actually be going on, and for one to be giving you something that
But
the other's
sometimes
not.
it's looking up at
Right.
the sky,
But
or,
or
it's
under the water with two different shades of underwater green,
Yeah.
and yellow and orange.
And like usually, I will watch a movie that we have assigned and end up having some sort of good time with it or whatever. This was one of the first few that felt tedious and like homework. Fuck you, Thomas. This is literally like it felt like homework. Like I had to force myself to finish it. I
kind of did too.
I wanted to stand up and turn it off so badly. I'm like, there's so many other things I wish I could be watching right now.
To be honest, I still think I'd rather watch this than Sleeping Beauty.
Fuck, no way. Are you kidding me?
Totally.
I would too.
Totally. I gave this 2 stars.
I think I gave it 1.
I didn't give it 1. I gave it 2. It's
Hey.
a solid 2.
Now
But
it's your turn to assign a better movie. Can you think of a better one for us?
Yeah, I'm excited. I want us to watch The Hunt. It's nominated as one of the foreign films for the Oscars this year. And it stars is it Mads or Mad?
Mads Mikkelsen.
Mads Mikkelsen. And he's the lead in Hannibal, the new TV show.
Oh, okay.
That came out on NBC.
Okay.
Ballsy NBC last year.
I love
Way
Mads
to go.
Mikkelsen.
Yes.
He's
so
fun.
I'm excited. I don't really know anything other than the one sentence
I know that
description
it
on
was
Netflix.
nominated for an Oscar for Best Foreign Film. It's
I just
one of
said
the
that.
nominated.
You don't fucking listen to a word I say, even on podcasts. Jesus.
That is fantastic.
I just said that whole thing.
You guys may not know this, but it was nominated for an
Are you kidding, Tommy?
It has Mads Mikkelsen in it. No, it does.
Yeah.
Is he the main lead role on Hannibal?
Yes, he is. Have you guys been watching Hannibal? It's amazing.
Oh my god! Also, did you know that this was nominated for an Oscar for Best Foreign Film?
This year.
It's for
2000.
and it's from 2012, but it was
Hunt.
nominated this year
Yeah.
for
For foreign film, though.
For Oscar, though.
Yeah.
But you're gonna have to read it. You're gonna have to read it because it's a foreign film,
Oh,
right? So it's okay.
all right.
Take it.
There, baby.
Take it
They're
easy.
there.
But I'm excited. We'll see what you guys think.
Okay.
God, he's such an odd-looking person.
He is a.
He kind of reminds me of
is.
the oddness of Christoph Waltz. He has this look.
That
That's a
European
look, but
Yeah.
it's really cool. You
No, yeah,
like it.
Look at that smirk on some of these pictures, and then like his frown, like he transforms.
He's got a face. He's got one of those faces.
His frown, though, can be so scary. When
This between this.
It's not
yeah.
even a frown. It's like, yeah.
It's a scowl or something almost.
But
like
it's very
He's
European,
got-
right?
Yeah,
Doesn't that
I
look
think
like
I agree.
someone you'd meet on a train in
The
Europe?
first time I saw him
He looks
was
a little pretty in that picture.
Yeah, I didn't like that picture.
Yeah, I know.
No, the first film I saw him in was
I want a picture like
the
that.
new James Bond
Cigarettes.
film. The well, it's not new anymore, but Casino Royale.
Oh, is he in that?
He's the villain. Bleeds blood
Oh.
or cries blood.
Oh, is
Oh,
that?
we gotta go back and watch
Yeah,
that
the
shit.
chef.
We had no idea.
You know what else he's in? Hannibal.
Shut.
You know what else he's in?
No,
An Oscar-nominated film called The Hunt. We're gonna watch it this week.
Okay, so that's our homework. I'm excited.
Woo!
I like Mads Mikkelsen. I
Do
like
you?
saying his name. Yeah.
I kind of like saying it too. Actually, that's pretty sweet.
It's a good name.
I read it. And I'm like, how is that straight up Mads or is that Mediz or?
Yeah.
I know this is foreign. So, what language is it in? Do we know?
I'm not sure. Is
we
it
think
Danish?
maybe Danish.
Okay.
Because
Or Swedish. Probably Danish.
it's close
Look it
to
up.
German, but it's not German.
Go to IMDb.
Yeah, if you go to.
That's an internet movie database.
We just discovered it this episode, right?
Right.
That was good.
I didn't know that we could do that.
Is Hannibal good?
Hannibal's fantastic.
Hannibal's amazing. God
It's a scary
damn it.
show. We
Watch
just stop
that
watching
fucking
it.
show.
We can't watch it post 9 p.m. It gives us nightmares.
Oh,
No way.
that bad.
Yeah,
I'm not kidding.
For real.
For real.
I haven't
For
had a
fucking
nightmare
real.
in 20 years, and I watched Hannibal.
Go down, go down, go down.
Denmark.
Denmark. There you go.
Danish. We
It's
said Danish.
I figured it was because it's so close.
Thought so.
Yeah, he's good though. I like Mads Mikkelsen. He's in
Super.
a show called Hannibal.
Oh my god, please stop the fucking episode.
Let's stop.
That's so fantastic. I love you guys.
No one
You
listens
guys-
to Kim.
Oh my god.
Oh lordy. Oscar nominated. I don't know if you knew. So thank you guys for listening. You can find me on the Twitter at Nathan L. Betts. You can find Jared on the Twitter at Sir Jared. He will be back not next week but the week after because you know we definitely tape these from week to week, but he's for sure busy next week too.
That's the rumor.
That's the rumor.
Darn it.
What they have. So he has some hot date or something. I don't know. Look us up. We're going to be coming up on a break. We got one more show to do for you guys next week. And then I have to take a break because I'm moving towns. I'm going to go across the river fucking 5 feet away from here. So we have to go on hiatus for a couple. But you guys won't miss out on anything because we have a couple of banked shows that I can release for you guys. We've gone and watched... what did we watch? Timeline, and we watched...
oh, dear. The other one that was awful.
Avatar. Last Airbender. So we have those banked. I have not listened to them yet, so hopefully they turn out okay because we have the actual on the field or in the field recorder on those, so hopefully they turned out all right. And you can check out all the rest of this by going to timespentpoorly.com. Please tell all your friends about us. That would really help us out. We don't have any advertising budget at all except for talking about it on Facebook and on Twitter. So help us out and pass us along if you like what you hear. And go watch The Hunt. It's in Danish or whatever. And it's Oscar nominated. And we'll talk to you guys again really soon. And from now until we talk to you again next time, have yourself a wonderful movie night.